Greetings everyone. Today I will be reviewing and transforming the 2007 movie Deluxe Class Bumblebee. And first, starting off with his alt mode. It's Camaro. In the movie, it's his second alt mode. He also got the old, vehicle mode, and he changed, he scanned another vehicle, the Camaro, and he turned into Camaro this one. And honestly, from the movie, this and the High Octane Bee are my the most favorite Bumblebee designs of all. You know, we also got 2080 Bumblebee movie, Beetle Bumblebee, and Off-Road Bumblebee Camaro version again. But honestly, Waver's designs, uh, both robot modes and the alt modes are my most favorite of all from the movie design. So taking a good look at this vehicle, you know, proportions on this vehicle are just awesome. It's got not thin but bulky look to Camaro like in real life. It's got this details. I didn't force plastic too much because it's old and I just got this, so I didn't want to scratch or break any parts. But once I opened this out of box, this figure this figure is already got some cracks on feet and some arm pieces falling out. So I tried not to put all the pressure on this figure. So taking a look, looking at the details, he's got highlight red paint, silver pipe. He also got, Camaro written here in silver paint. Also got logo on front, two highlights, silver. In studio series line, the frontal of car is more detailed and these highlights are bigger. I don't own that figure, but I watched reviews, so I can tell that much. We also got transparent door pieces, painted in yellow. It doesn't match, but it's there. We also got this windshield on the back. As for the detail and accuracy, I think they nailed. Even though this figures a decade ago, created a decade ago, the first movie, the first line, and the first Bumblebee figure of all. So he can roll. He got kibble underneath. Robot mode had the chest and waist feet just showing. Because of the feet he can't really roll that much. Well, for comparison, we got High Octane B. It's a KO version, but the same mold. Quality is actually great on this mold, so I will be comparing him to this guy. As for the size, they are almost identical. High Octane B is a little bit longer than him. As for the underneath, as we can see, as for the engineering, 2000 version and 2070 or 60 version got the same similarities. All the B figures got similarities because of the design choice and the toy itself. The feet are almost identical. The foot transformations are identical. The arms are just underneath the head itself. So moving to transformation, I will be transforming this on camera without reading any instructions, so I will be careful and try to be accurate. just try to not to break any parts and try to transform this properly. So I will be careful, I guess. Now, it's great that for the 2007 figures, they got spring-loaded parts, which is when you transform, get this fit out of the way, this spring-loaded piece will uh, go inside this piece. Once you transform this from robot to car, this happens. So I'm doing the opposite, so it won't happen. We also got these feet pieces that I never seen in any studio series figures, which is nice. Yes, we are finishing the left foot. Okay. It's fun transformation, but I'm trying to be as careful as possible not to harm this figure. So I am also trying to convert this as soon as possible. This piece, even before I touch this figure, taking this out of box, this piece, this leg is loose. It might be, you know, just might be problem on my copy, because I saw reviews, so many people were complaining about the waist joint, but on my copy waist is solid, and I haven't seen any problem with waist at all to this time. Anyways, I just transformed this once, so this arm piece is taking care of them. Also, one thing to mention, this Bumblebee got auto transforming part. Once you try to remove, try to, this piece fell off on me. This usually happens, so it's not big deal. Yeah, auto transforming part on his chest area. Oh, it fell again. Anyways, let's move this wing pieces. Ah, no, this piece is also spring loaded. One thing to mention, I just realized arm pieces extend like this because of the transformation. Maybe that's why the chest area were not accurate. Once I convert this into the car mode, yeah, it easily transforms because of the ratchety joint or spring-loaded joint. Yeah, just taking this off. Okay. It got so many loose parts because it's been over 50 years and it's been imprisoned inside box and never played with. I guess, plastic gets tired of being imprisoned. That's why this figure is loose in some areas and it got cracking marks, scratches. Although it's the first time I'm taking a good look at this by touching it. Well, we are almost done, I guess. Just trying to be careful with arm, especially the right arm. It's stiff, hinge joint. Well, I think we are done. Yes, just taking these pieces like that. Lowering legs, I guess it can stand by his own, but it's hard because one of the legs are loose. Well, we are finished, I guess. Is the 2007, the first deluxe class Bumblebee, and I can happily say this figure is by the far my most favorite Bumblebee figure of all time, because of its age, because of its engineering. It's really clever. It also looks like the first edition Transformers Prime Bumblebee. There are so many similarities because of the box, because of the plastic color. No, all Bumblebees are yellowish color, but just judging the years age, almost identical lines, so I can tell that much in ways. Well, taking a good look at this figure, yes, well, let's take a look at the articulation. Your head is on ball joint and it's very loose ball joint. It's not falling off, but when you touch this, it just wiggles like this. Looks down like this far, looks up this far. Okay, can focus, I guess. Well, anyways, just got this articulation. You can either, display this like that, or you can keep this high like this. All right. Well, arm has got a few joints. Most of all, the transformation joints. So, for the shoulders, it's got a ball joint. It's not loose or stiff. You can pretty much get all articulation out of it. If not of the wheel, it will move freely 360 degrees. You got swivel at bicep, bend, 90 degrees bend, and also we got ball jointed wrist. The wings can move like this as well. No, this most favorite part of this figure, I don't know why did they include this, because this is not a big part of transformation, but they got ball jointed waist, which is very dynamic, 2007 figure, and it's got very dynamic posing because of the ball joint. It's very 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 rare for me to see something like this in this figure. As for this a joint, we can get all kinds of dynamic poses out of him. So as for this, we got a waist joint, and it's very very good for me. You can bend, you can bend like this, crunch back and forward, but it's not too much. Well, legs go up this far, back this far, but as mentioned, it's loose on my copy because of this piece doesn't connect properly. Well, we got bend. Let's just try this one. We got knee bend 90 degrees. Also got feet moving. We also got toe joint. It's very rare for an old figure. It's mostly part of transformation, but we got this and it's nice. And one thing to mention, it got crack on it, although I just got this figure, although I just touched this figure, it got crack marks and scratches. It's not my fault, but 50 years passed since this figure got released, so I guess things like this happen. And this is his weapon he comes with. It's very rare of kind of weapon. It's his usual blaster, but just similar to MechTech one, it's got blade, which is his uh, gun blaster can turn into a blade. It also resembles the MechTech weapon design, but MechTech ones were most likely oversized weapons with spring-loaded mechanical details. But this one is most likely the movie accurate one. We didn't got to see any blades in movie, but we saw this iconic blaster, and it is a great fit for this figure, and it holds very securely in his hand. But once I try to get this weapon out of his hands, I'm a little bit scared to break the ball joint on wrist. So I guess I will be displaying this like this for now. So let's compare this guy to High Octane Bumblebee. No, this very similar in detail, these figures. Paint apps are different because of the line and vehicle forms. Just saying similarities. Bumblebee for the ages just improved for the ages. This piece is not here anymore on this high octane Bumblebee. The chest folds up like this on this release, but on this one you can break apart this piece to create the illusion as his chest are one is on the right, on other is on the left, but I'm scared to move this piece because it's very fragile. As for the bag, just comparing the bag, now this one is mostly got cable, and we can see all the car parts from this view. The similarities are that back of the cars are placed on his back. Always happens to all Bumblebee figures. It doesn't matter how many years will pass. Bumblebee will got this on his back. So this is a similarities, but as for the bag of 2007 Bumblebee, it's very clear for me, seeing something like this because of that bag piece of the car placed underneath of his arms. His bags are cleaner. uh, I don't dislike any of these figures at all, but I love to see the differences of years. One thing to mention, both of these figures got light popping, although this high octane B got painted face and eyes, but this one's got just transparent blue plastic sticking out. Uh, and another thing to mention, he's got this details, his number and Autobot insignia, which is rare to see in the modern area. I haven't even seen any Autobots or Decepticons in Studio Series line, especially the Bayverse movie line, to have any Autobots insignia or Decepticon insignia on their chest or on their vehicle mode. So, and one comparison to this figures, Dark of the Moon, Dino from Studio Series line. Uh, I was already breaking this figure, almost. Yeah, as you can see, scale is, changed over the years. This Bumblebee is not bigger. The true deluxe size for me, I prefer this high octane Bumblebee. This because, in my opinion, anyways, this is the deluxe size, deluxe scale. It's supposed to be like this, but in this modern era, the Studio Series Voyagers or Studio Series Leader class figures are at this scale, and deluxe classes are in this small scale. I don't dislike any of these scales at all. Once I take a look at the figures box in a local store, I saw this small figure, and I want to get this because I know so many details are combined inside this figure, in all great engineering and modern articulation. So over the years I think transformation and engineering improved, but I prefer old ones, and I also enjoy the new ones. No, it's all up to you, whether you love old figures or new figures, but it's nostalgic to have this figure in my collection alongside new figures. And I'm also happy to see new version of my favorite characters that had no good figures. But talking about Bumblebee, Bumblebee had lots and lots of figures in past, and continuing to have new figures. So it's a really enjoyable franchise, because if you don't like old figures, you can go for new figures. If you don't like new figures or cannot afford the new figures, you can always get off-brand figures for your collection. So overall, as long as you're enjoying your collection, it's great to have all of your figures. So thank you so much for watching this review. I will be putting more and more uh, you know figures on this channel, reviewing the old figures I have. So I would appreciate if you like to support me on this channel and grow this channel. I would like to get a free products as a reviewer in close future. So overall, I'm grateful that you watched this, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Until the next time.